What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude. Today we have some very bad news, honestly, because I recently discovered this graph which shows that the total credit card debt of the households reached a record-breaking skyrocket vertical high levels of $1.1 trillion. Only in the last year alone, this debt increased by $51 billion, and in the last 4 years with the previous presidential administration, it increased almost a one-third, $344 billion. These are absolutely like unimaginable numbers. Well, let's talk about all this, why it happened, what can be the potential consequences of this in today's short video. So long story short, everything is just self-explanatory. You can see the graph right now on your screen, and it is estimated that for every single American right now, the debt equals to approximately $10,563. These are the credit card debts, and you know that the interest rates that they have are absolutely incredible. It is like in the high 20s, and right now it is estimated that on average the credit card interest rate in the United States reached 22%. Imagine this. 22% when the credit card debt of the households reached a record-breaking number. Without a doubt, the very first thing everyone should keep in their mind whenever hearing news like this is that the number of delinquencies and defaults, personal defaults, will also skyrocket in the near future. People will not be able to maintain the card payments because they are just like a snowball effect. If you miss one payment, it increases the payments for your next time because now you have much more debt, you have late penalty fees, and all of this just basically accumulates until it's simply impossible to continue paying down this debt and you are just forced to declare a personal bankruptcy. Which means that in the future you will not be able to even touch with the 6-foot pole any kind of loans unless this is a securitized credit card. According to the economic experts, one of the reasons why the credit card debt in America skyrocketed so much, specifically in the last 4 years, it is because of the inflation. People see that the prices go up when their salaries do not accelerate at the same pace, so they start to have this fear of missing out. If they are not going to buy TV, if they're not going to buy a car or a house right now, it'll be much more expensive literally already next month. For this reason, people are literally boosting the inflation because they're afraid of the inflation. They start to increase their economic activity by a lot of new things, and well, guess what? This obviously contributes to the inflation. This could be one of the top 3, top 5 biggest contributors to the inflation overall. And because of this spending frenzy, exactly that's what is pretty much happening. People start to also increase the usage of their credit cards. They start buying things potentially they could not afford because they think, well, okay, if I buy a TV right now for $2,000 and I spread these payments equally for another year, definitely, most certainly 1 year from now, this TV will no longer be worth $2,000, but I will still be paying like it is $2,000 TV. For some reason, they do not take into consideration these interest rates that credit cards have. And eventually, like we spoke a minute or two ago, this credit card debt, they just start to snowball. It just starts to absolutely get to such an enormous amount when even making monthly payments becomes impossible anymore. The increase is extremely concerning. Americans should be very careful about using their credit cards the way they do, because you always have to pay money back. And in case they are no longer able to make their monthly payments, in case the delinquencies and defaults will increase, this will force banks to increase the credit card rates as well, up to 25, 28 or potentially even 30+%, making even more people not being able to meet their financial conditions, financial requirements. As a result, more and more people will be defaulting, not being able to pay the banks back. Banks will receive a lot of money, billions of them, some of them will start closing, people will start be very afraid taking money out of the banks, the chain reaction will follow, and the rest is, well, you can only assume what's going to happen next. Let me know down below in the comments if you also think this is a very concerning number and news that I presented to you today. Let me know if you agree with me or not, or anything that I just said makes sense or not. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and see you next time.